Hi guys, Adam here. Today we're going to be doing a guide on how to get the new blueprints, namely the SMG. This is using the Hurricane game mode. You can get other great guns in here as well, like the Tempest and the Bobcat and all those ones. If you haven't already got them, this is a great place to go and farm them. You can do this with a loadout or without a loadout. You can do it with a free kit, whatever you prefer. I would suggest bringing an augment that has some save slots in though, just in case you do get lucky and grab yourself a blueprint that you need. So load into a Hurricane map. This specific one is going to be on Spaceport. So I'm going to show you the specific route that I use when I'm running Spaceport Hurricane mode. So load yourself in, grab a kit if you wish, and here we go. Right, so it looks like we've spawned in on the northeastern side this time. So the first cache that we're going to look for is just north of here, just behind the warehouse. So we're going to head to that location first. 29 minutes in, so one of the first in. So hopefully, with a bit of luck, we can hit some caches that haven't already been looted. As it's everyone's bum rushing this mode at the minute to try and get the new blueprint. These caches get looted very, very fast. So I think the best strategy is, from what I've seen so far, is get in, loot the corner of the map that you're on, and then just extract and get into another raid. Because if you try and run across the whole map, from what I've seen, they've all been looted. So I've been doing it in sort of 10-minute bursts. Go in, loot everything around you for 10 minutes, and then just extract and try and get as many of those runs in before the event ends. Anyway, the next one is just up here, because that one didn't seem to spawn. This usually is a good spawn for me, this corner, just behind the railings on the sand. There's a few places just here where it can spawn, so you've got decent odds to get them on this corner just off the side of the road. Head just over here. I know most people will be doing this for the new blueprint, the SMG. Oh, there's one here. Just got to locate it. That's the noise that you're looking for there. There it is, hidden in the dirt. Right, fingers crossed, boys. What's in here? Oh, it's a big one. There's shitloads. Okay. A Torrente and an Apprezio. Alright. Right, okay. No blueprints we need so far. Okay, we'll move straight further down. The next one is just beside that metal cache thing. The metal containers where you put the batteries and unlock the little box thing. It's just to the side of that. So we're going to head to this one next. It's a good little loop, this, because you can hit a few of these like straight at the start of the match. And usually, if you spawn in this area, you can hit all these before they get looted. Right. So ignore that quest location. We're not doing quests today. I can hear one, but it's very, very faint. It should be around this area. Oh, there. I can hear it a bit louder. Where is... Ah, there he is. Hello there. Right, fingers crossed, number 2. Let's see what's in this one. Baletta, bandages, Exodus modules. Get that in the bum pocket. Oh, shit the bed! Call off the search. We've found the Canto! My word. Yeah, so this is the strat. This is my 4th run, guys, doing this. And yeah, we found it already. So yeah, the excitement got the better of us there and I ran straight to extract. What I'm going to show you this time, because we've got another spawn that's similar to the last one from the previous video, is another route that you can follow if you're going to spawn on this side of the map. This is actually the first... It's actually the same first cache that we hit. We check this area, and if you look, it actually spawned this time. So we can check this one here, and then I'll continue to show you the regular route that I follow, because the last one got cut a little bit short. So we head further up this road again, which is what we did on the first clip. And we will see if there's anything on the corner this time round. I don't have all the blueprints yet, so although we did just get lucky and hit the SMG pretty quickly, there's still some other things that I could pull from this that could be beneficial. And I mean, always pulling Bobcat blueprints and stuff's cool, even if we just hand them out to friends and shit like that. So yeah, we'll see what we can get this run, and I'll show you the route that I was taking, and the few runs that it took me to find the Canto SMG Blueprint. Let me know in the comments if anyone's tried it already, if anyone's already got it and tried it, because obviously at the time of recording this I haven't used it yet. I've seen some clips and stuff on TikTok and it looks absolutely cracked, but is it as good as the Bobcat, or are people just, you know, flavour of the month hype because it's the new toy? Right, unfortunately there was none on that corner, which is pretty rare. Usually I do find them on that corner. That is definitely one worth hitting. And then we'll go straight up here, which is where we found our last one. Well, we found the actual SMG in this spot here next where we're going now. So we'll head up here. Let me know in the comments if you find any other blueprints that you weren't expecting from this, because you can get shitloads of stuff. I've getting anvils and all kinds of different grenades and landmines and gun blueprints. You get like really good guns and stuff from this as well. It's not just the blueprints, like just the raw loot in general is really, really high tier as well. This one's here, same one as last time. Let's see what's in it this time though. Exodus modules again. That one was a bit of a dud in all fairness. Wasn't as good as the stuff that we've had from them previously. The next one, if you head just down a little bit, it's kind of beside container storage, but it's not within the walls of the like inner part of Spaceport. So we'll set your marker there and run along. If you can hear me over this wind, it's so fucking loud. So the one, other than the fact that you can't use shields, which is a bit strange, it's the one thing I don't like about the windy events, the storm events, is just the audio goes ape shit and you can't really hear much. Speaking of hearing much, I can hear another. Yeah, that was easy. Oh, it's already been hit. Of course it is. Okay. Right, so the next one is just sort of southeast east from that direction. Head straight down. Listen out. Another little tip I can give you when you're doing this is when you get to the area where you think roughly where the cache is going to be, kind of not run in circles but not far from it, just sort of wiggle your camera around and give your camera a different sort of hit, like different angles almost, and sometimes you can hear the cache a little bit better when you do it that way. So we're approaching the next set of radar caches. There's a few different spots where they can spawn around here, so have a little jog around, and most importantly, listen to your ears, because that'll be the giveaway that you've got, that there's one around here. And if you can't hear anything, chances are there isn't. Doesn't. Oh, I was just about to say it doesn't sound like there is one, but that's why you've got to run around a little bit. There we go. This one's been hit too, unfortunately. At least you know the location though, just in front of that wall there really. It's about 5 or 6 different spots that can spawn there, so make sure you run around. Let's move to the next one. It's just sort of southeast. Got the wind behind us, so it's not going to take us an age to run down here. Right. It's crazy how much faster you run when you're running with the wind as opposed to against it. Right. Don't think there's any more around here, but as I previously mentioned, have a little jog around, wiggle your camera around, see if you can hear it. And the next one is just south of those that have got like white crack that looks like on the map. We'll head over there. You've got to pass by a few buildings and stuff. If you're not pushed for time, you could pop your head in these buildings, especially on a hurricane mode. You can pull some decent stuff from like the lockers and the random drawers and stuff in here, but we are pushed for time. Say that one's already been hit. We are pushed for time, so I'm gonna just pass on by, run straight through, because we're not here for locker loot today. We're here for big boy blueprints. So you've got to hop this rail in here, pass through the cars. Now you need to head around, sort of left ways, up that way, usually, and run all the way around. Or if you have a snap hook or a, what the fuck they're called, the zip line thing, you can just zip straight at the top. If you don't, you've got to do this where you kind of run around and then back up, and then you run back in. Now just push forward again, running into the storm this time, so it takes a little bit longer. Drains the stamina as well, which is why I recommend you bring sort of 5, 10, maybe even 15 stims. They're actually really helpful when you're doing these runs, and they're so cheap, so there's no reason not to bring them. So this is the next area where it could be, anywhere around here in this rock formation. Just take a little run around, spin your camera around, see if you can hear anything. And no, I can't. Yeah, I think this has been done. Time is getting on a little bit now, so I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of them have been done, but I am going to continue the run just to show you the rest of the locations on the route that I take if I'm doing a full sort of run all the way around. This is the next spot here. Just got to kind of run down this cliff face here. One thing I do like about the hurricane mode is doesn't tend to be too much bother from arc. I think they usually are all sort of in the middle of the map, particularly on Spaceport, so if you're doing this sort of thing where you're running around the outskirts anyway, you don't really see that many of them. I think in the 4 or 5 runs that I did, I can hear a... Oh, there's a dead raider. Hello. Okay. The fact that there's a dead raider right beside a raider cache doesn't fill me with... yeah. Okay, that's the next location anyway. What was I saying? So in the few runs that I've done looking for the new blueprint, I think I only seen like maybe 2 different arc outside the central walls, which again makes this like a really chill method, and I'm all for like chill methods of progression in games. I mean, I'm down for the crazy PvP. Let's charge security, what's it called, that fucking building in damn Battlegrounds where everyone goes to PvP. I'm all down for that shit, but sometimes you just want to podcast on the second monitor and do a few chill runs. This is one of those types of things you can do, and it's just, I just find it relaxing. The next one is just to the side of those buildings, just rabbiting on. If you just head that direction, it was 2 spots close together, so we have to just kind of run around a little bit here, because if one doesn't spawn, the other one might. And they are slightly apart. They're in the same area, but they're slightly spread out. So we might need to have a little jog around and see if we can find them. It's through this cage, and it's just around this area. Can be anywhere around here really. So we'll just have a little mooch, see if we can find any. The wind's pretty loud up here, so it makes hearing them quite tricky. But we'll just have a little jog around, wiggle the camera around. Yeah. Nope, there's none here. But if there was, you'd be able to hear them. The next bunch is just sort of northwest. It's a little bit closer. Where those 2 little stones are, there's one stone bigger than the other. And there's 2 different spots where they can spawn, and they're kind of both just on the other side of those rocks. So just got to run through this spot here. It's going to be interesting to see how these guns change the game. Thinking back to when the shotgun nerf came in, where they nerfed the Toro and the Venador. in the same patch. I think it was a slight tweak to the Venator, but it was more of a major nerf to the Toro. It really changed the sort of metagame and what guns are people using. You see a lot more Renegades and stuff nowadays, which is great. I like seeing the more variety. Everyone previous to that was just running around Venators and shotguns, weren't they really? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how this changes everything. I've got a feeling that we're going to see a lot of people using the Canto if it's relatively frictionless to get the blueprint by running this event. Give it a week or so and most people will have it, and it's not too expensive to craft either. I know the shotgun's a legendary item, which doesn't necessarily always mean better, but it'll be a little bit harder to craft a bunch of them and just fight all the time and lose them. And oh, here's the next one. Yes, like I said, just in front of those two rocks. This one's been done as well. No surprise really at this point, to be honest. We're quite a ways into the timer on this one now. We're going to head in a little bit, hit maybe one or two more, and then call it a day, because it's actually not far from the whole map going boom. And once you get to this point in the timer of the map, there's not going to be any raider caches left with looting them. But that shows a good portion of the map that I would loot. That's the sort of run I would do if you're maybe a week or two after this video is posted. You could probably get away with doing a full run like that. If you're watching this sort of within the first week or two of the new guns being released, I would perhaps just do a quick 10-minute run, loot the guns in your immediate, loot the caches that are in your immediate vicinity, and if you can find something, great. If not, then I would honestly just loot your way to an extract, hit it, get out, and just try it up in the next raid. Because by the time you run across the whole map, as you can see, towards this side of the map is the caches that are left. They've all, pretty much every one of them has been hit. And for the next few weeks, this is going to be the case because everyone's going to be hunting these guns. There is another spot here, just beside the extract, where the giant sort of husk is. So we'll head over there and see if there's one around there. Cause I know there's 2 or 3 can spawn around here. Hello, Raider. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 you can spawn around this area where where the giant husk's dead. So keep your ears peeled. See if you can find any. Nope, doesn't seem to be. Right, I think that's going to be me calling it. Convenient thing about ending it here is the extract's just around the corner, so we'll head over to that extract. Yeah, so for the next few weeks I would do the short runs, loot sort of the caches that are in your immediate vicinity, get out and try again. After a few weeks you could maybe get away with doing a longer run, but let me know how you all get on. And if you do spawn, one more thing is if you spawn on the other side of the map to where I did on this run, just do the route in reverse. Just start on the last routes, the last caches that I looted, and work your way backwards to the way that I did in this video. Fingers crossed that you all managed to get the blueprint. If this helped, drop me a like, drop me a sub. It really does help because I'm a small channel. So have a great day.